Tokoyami is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters of Boku no Hero Academia. This chapter pretty much seals the deal for his character, like how much I love him right now, because he clutched it. He really just clutched this little mini human cavalry battle. He did. You have it where Izuku uses his brains and his smarts, he's quick-witted and stuff like that. You gotta love Izuku for that. And he is definitely my favorite character. Izuku is our main character, which is very rare for me to actually really enjoy the main character above all the other characters when it comes to Weekly Shonen, which is quite, shocking. But the main thing is, when it comes to the second best character of the series, straight up, Tokoyami. And then Bakugo, number 3. But anyways, Tokoyami in this episode, he straight up, he clutches it, grabs the headband from Todoroki, and pretty much gets in 4th place. Now, they didn't get in 1st place, which I expected that. I did not expect to see Izuku's team in 1st place. No, there was no way in hell that he was going to be in 1st, because with that 10 million price tag on his head, there was no way. I knew for a fact it would either be Bakugo or Todoroki, or probably the B-class kids that most likely were going to be in 1st place. So, I'm not really surprised that, Izuku managed to get in 4th place, because I saw that coming. I thought he might have gotten in 2nd or 3rd, but I mean, hey, 4th is not bad. At the very least, he made it, and he's going to be able to carry on to the next, competitions of this battle. So, the thing is, with this chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, it pretty much finishes the battle between the human cavalry of all the teams versus each other. That's pretty much what this chapter is, and getting to see the different characteristics of other abilities of other side characters, which once again is another great selling point when it comes to this series, because I've said it multiple weeks. I'm not going to really repeat myself constantly. I'm just going to say a quick thing about it. I just personally enjoy getting to see how side characters are really getting the popularity or the screen time as they deserve, because there's so many series I've read when it comes to shonen, seinen, different series. It's not just the shonen in general, but there's been so much manga and anime I've seen that do not give the spotlight to side characters, and the mangaka of this series once again continues to just write into these other characters in the background, and it really fleshes them out, especially with their abilities. I like how the writer of this series is trying to give each individual character their own unique ability, like even these Class B students to Class A, like every single person that so far has been introduced has had some form of unique ability introduced, which I really enjoy. It's another great point when it comes to this series, because no character at this moment is useless, and that is rare. Very, very rare when these type of series come around. So, I think that's another reason why Boku no Hero Academia is just doing so well. So, moving past that, the chapter, artwork-wise, impressive. I haven't talked about the artwork in the past couple of weeks, and so I want to take a little bit of time to mention it. Once again, you can really tell that the artwork has improved, even since the last time I talked about 3 to 4 weeks back, which it's still unbelievably shocking to see how the artwork continues to improve. You see how the lines between the characters, the way they're drawn, look so fluid compared to how it used to in the first beginning chapters. I mean, the first beginning chapters, the quality of the artwork was beautiful, yes. But if you compare the original chapters to this chapter and then the last 2 chapters, you really see the difference in quality and how the mangaka is really getting used to drawing these characters, because I know for a fact he has to be getting used to it, because now he's starting to experiment with all these other different type of characters, these wacky backgrounds, because usually when you get into your comfort zone when writing or drawing or something, usually you want to take the next step, and you can see how the writer's starting to take these next steps with the different backgrounds, the different character designs, stuff like that, and it really makes this, series very fresh and unique. Like, the character designs alone, when it comes to the series, are very fresh when it comes to shonen. Like, the shonen art style, usually it's very, typical. It's a standard art style we normally see when it comes to shonen. But Boku no Hero Academia has a slightly different twist when it comes to the shonen art style, and I like how the character designs are very unique compared to the normal character designs that we see. Like, each individual character, when it comes to their structure of their face and stuff like that, they're just so unique. Like, you can't really peg them as, another character, when it comes to different series. Like, usually, when you see, an anime series or manga series, you can look at a character and say, okay, I've seen that X character from this X series because they look very similar. And majority of the characters, when it comes to the hairstyles and the designs of them, they're very different from average characters. And that's another great reason why I love the artwork and the mangaka style when it comes to this series. So, moving past that, let's get into the actual actual details of the plot. I think I've, rambled on about the art style and, the characters and stuff like that. So, let's talk about the plot. So, the chapter. It pretty much confirms my theories I've been having for quite a while now about Todoroki and Izuku going to have some form of rivalry between each other, because at the end of the chapter, you see how Todoroki pretty much contacted Izuku. He's like, oh, we need to talk, and then they're having a conversation. Like, you can see they're about to have a conversation in the next chapter, and at the exact same time, you see how the second greatest hero is about to have a chat with the greatest hero in the world, All Might. So, you see how this, this rivalry's forming between the characters. It's very obvious that there's going to be some form of issue between Izuku and this other dude, Todoroki. There's going to be a massive issue between them because of their mentors, the father and All Might. It's extremely obvious. It's very obvious from a reader's perspective, but everything I assume was most likely going to happen is starting to come undone, and we're starting to see the slow build up to that. And there's something I do want to mention, okay? Bakugo as a character, he has really surprised me with his development. He has. Like, he's the type of character, as I've said before, he seems like he would go the villain route. He does seem like that. I mean, his attitude and his certain demeanor when it comes to certain situations, you think he would go the villain route. But I'm starting to think different on that. The way his character has been designed and the way he's being fleshed out, he's not that dumb as a character either, which is quite shocking. He's dumb but not dumb. Like, he uses his instincts to fight. And he's not even really aware of how he really fights intelligently. Like, he's not even aware of it himself. And it just goes to show you what type of character he is. And personally, I'm really enjoying Bakugo. He's really moved up in my rankings when it comes to my favorite characters, because when I first was introduced to him, he was a dick. He was an asshole. Like, honestly, he was. But he was a cool character, but he was an asshole. And as I've slowly seen him build up in the course of these 10 to 15 chapters, he's really became likable. I love his character now. I'm really enjoying him. I enjoy his little dialogue, the way, he just smack talks everybody around him. I mean, he's just that type of character I love to see. And so, I like how the mangaka is really changing his character, slowly developing him, giving him this little dialogue to really change his character slowly and make him a very likable character. Because it's just amazing how far he has come in these couple of chapters, like since the beginning of the series. So, another great work when it comes to writing a character. And then Todoroki, too, I want to mention that. At this moment in the series, it can possibly change judging by how the writing of the series has already been. It can change. But at this moment, I don't know if it's just me, but I am getting Sasuke vibes from Todoroki. Hopefully I'm not the only one feeling that. Like, his attitude, the way he acts in some moments remind me of Sasuke. Like, a little similar, not completely similar, not with the revenge aspect, I hope, but it seems like he is a little bit similar to Sasuke, so I wonder about that, because we do know the mangaka, when, Kishimoto ended Naruto, actually, this mangaka of the series said he got a lot of his inspiration from Naruto. He did. He even admitted that in an article. So, it just goes to show you he respects Kishimoto as a mangaka. And so, I wonder if he's designing, Todoroki off of maybe Sasuke or similar to Sasuke. Because I'm starting to think something like that is going on, especially with how the rivalry between these two characters starting to build up between Izuku and, Todoroki. I wonder if that's the direction he's taken with his character. Now, another thing. This chapter, overall, the ending conclusion, impressive. I really cannot wait to see what is going to happen next, because the chapters of Boku no Hero Academia keep getting better by the week. It does. Like, I haven't been disappointed. In my opinion, I have not been disappointed once when I've been reading this series. Like, there hasn't been one chapter so far where I could say, like, oh, it's slightly boring here, and, I just only like this one part. I mean, there hasn't been one chapter I think like that, and that's good. That is really, really good, because it just goes to show you the consistency of Boku no Hero. So tell me your thoughts. What was your favorite moment of this chapter? What was your favorite, spotlight character of this human cavalry? I mean, what do you feel about the different characters? How do you feel about the character designs? How do you feel about the rivalry building up between All Might and the second greatest hero, along with Todoroki and Izuku? How do you feel about that? You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.